Here with Northwestern State head men's basketball coach Rick Cabrera, the Demons have a very busy stretch coming up starting Saturday in New Orleans on the backside of a Southland Conference doubleheader before home games Monday and Wednesday of next week. Coach, will jump right into it. I know the deficit was 2 points again Tuesday afternoon in Nacogdoches. Are you sick of seeing close games, and would you like to have a little bit of breathing room at the end?
I'm definitely sick of it, especially when it doesn't go in our favor. Like those type of games are harder to get over. We got to value possessions a lot more on both ends of the floor. I don't think we've been doing that. One possession, one stop, one offensive possession, one turnover can change the outlook of a game, and I don't think we've done that. I was proud of how they played to put us in that position, against the best team in the league. But I thought we could have won that game. Everybody that watched it thought we could have won the game, but we just made too many mistakes late.
Coming off those tough, tight games, is it easier to have teachable moments out of those?
Yeah. You got no choice. If you're not teaching your kids out of these moments, you don't need to be in this profession. We're in this business to win, and but also, you have to learn how to win, and like our guys are still learning. We still got some time to figure it out. But at some point, you can't get a pat on the back. Oh, you came close, 2 points. Like, I don't like hearing that anymore either. So it's time to turn the tables and do something different.
Midpoint of conference playing a monstrous 22-game schedule, so you still got 11 left. So if there's a positive in it, you do have that, and that starts Saturday at New Orleans, where you're looking at a team you did come back from an early deficit and beat them here by, I believe, 6 the first matchup. Any changes? It's been about a month since you've seen them. Any changes that you're looking, without getting too much into the weeds, from New Orleans?
No, they're playing well now. They had a huge road win at Nichols. They have a really good balance of a perimeter and post players. They're really big and inside. MJ Thomas and Churchill Abbas are animals down there. And they have arguably one of the better backcourts in the league in Benson and Buckley. So we're capable of beating anybody we play, but they're really good and they're playing with some momentum right now.
You talked about Abbas and Thomas there in the front court. Your front court has had moments, while maybe not the size. Obviously, Willie Williams has been one of the better rebounders in this league for 2 years, especially as an undersized 4. But I thought Mustafa Loom Tuesday at SFA, there were some moments you saw from him that maybe the light's coming on, maybe the corner's being turned.
Yeah, we're going to make some lineup changes. Mustafa's been playing really well. We just need some consistency from him, especially rebounding. I don't need any scoring from him. I need rebounding and rim protection, and if he can get some dunks under the rim, we'll take those. But I also, as a coach, I gotta kind of let him play through the trenches a little bit, and you play through mistakes. Being a head coach isn't the easiest job. You don't have that much patience, especially in conference play. And he's shown flashes in non-conference, so I have to kind of continue to let him grow in the game and get better and take some pressure off Willie to protect the rim all the time, because he's only 6'5.5", 6'6". But I'm proud of the way he's trending, and hopefully other guys can piggyback off that.
Speaking of guys trending up, Chip Brunt had his best offensive game of the year, certainly the most productive offensive game of the year. Tuesday really kept you in that first half and then had some moments in the second half. And again, I think that's the C word you just mentioned with Mustafa, consistency.
Yeah, no, it's the same with Chip, man. Chip, he is the sole reason why we got back in that game in the first half. Because they came out guns a-blazing, as you saw, and we make the sub, and he kind of changes the trajectory of the game with his scoring. I need Chip. We need Chip to be a little bit more consistent. Talent's not is not an issue for him. There's times, and I tell him this. I love him. He's a great kid, very coachable. But he can be too casual. I don't deal well with casual all the time. But when he turns it on both ends of the floor, he's a really good player.
Little Memphis in that too. You're New York City. You're ready to rock and roll all the time. A little slower down in the South.
Oh, man, no doubt.
You'll have Nichols and East Texas A&M on the back end of a very busy Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Southland Conference swing. Thank you to Winter Storm Fern for changing that.
Right.
But when you get back home, you've got a Nichols team that, again, it was a 2-point game in Thibodaux, and there's been the consistency. You've been consistently close on the road. You've played well on the road. Maybe haven't gotten the results. But when you come home, that's got to give you a little bit of confidence that you won your last couple at home. You're feeling good playing at home, and a team you took to the wire at a place that's not easy to win.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, any team that we go up against, we're capable of beating them. But this league is so good that they're capable of beating us too. And Nichols is a good team, very well coached. They're kind of in a little rut right now, but their coach has won a lot of games that he can get them out of it. But when you look back at that game, the first time we played them, that's another game we could have won. I wouldn't say should, because they're a good team. That means that, if I say should, that means that we're better than them. But we could have won, but it was that one possession, that one stop that we just couldn't get. But we're playing better at home, hopefully that tide turns. We got 11 left. We got to win our home games and you'll steal a couple road games as well.
And when it comes to them, I think you mentioned it may have been this team you talked about when you went on the road. You don't want to match their toughness. You want them to match yours.
Yeah, we have to find our identity, and I thought we showed some of that, in the Stephen F. game. We held them to the second lowest point total they've had in conference. We just couldn't stop Keon Thomas from getting to Thompson from getting to his spot, which was at the Southland logo. But we made him earn a lot of buckets, and if we continue to build on that, then we can have a good 11-game stretch.
And then finally, again, thanks to the weather, and it'll be February 4th, and you'll finally see the 11th team you play in Southland Conference play. You'll see them really quick back to, in short succession in 2 games. But you'll finally see East Texas A&M. It's been a little delayed and a little different to play a team for the first time this deep into the year.
Yeah, it's Mother Nature's undefeated. Although I did feel we could get the game in, but you always have to worry about safety first. So, but East Texas is actually a good team. They've beaten some good teams in this league. They've been in a lot of games. They've had some tough losses like us. So we're excited. They get up and down. They switch defensively. They shoot a ton of threes, and we have to be good at running them off the line. Because that's their mojo, and that's what they're going to do. They're not going to alter. So we have to be good and take advantage of them on the offensive end and get stops on the defensive end.
And again, looking at 3 games in 5 to 6 days, you do have something to draw on from that 4 and 7. So if there's a plus, never really a plus to play that quickly, but you have done this before.
Yeah, from a player standpoint, they love this schedule. They want to play games more than practice. From a coach's standpoint, I can't stand it. It is what it is. You just got to play the games and make sure they're prepared going into the games and let the chips fall where they may.
It really tests the short scout ability.
Yeah, no doubt.
Coach, as always, appreciate your time.
Appreciate you.